How can we as individuals ever know who we really are if we're just an apparent reality, illusory and not real in and of ourselves? Advaita Vedanta says our individual minds are a reflection of a single underlying reality, pure consciousness, or consciousness itself. Like a face in the mirror, I can realize that my face in this mirror isn't my real face, but can I see my real face as it actually is without the mirror? It seems like we can't directly experience this ultimate reality, or at least we can't directly experience it like we normally experience things, as objects of attention, objects of our awareness. We're aware of the thoughts and emotions that run through our minds, and we're aware of the sensations and perceptions of our bodies. In Vedanta, our minds and bodies are still objects in awareness of the one and only subject there is. It's said that this subject can never be objectified. So if we realize this, what or who is it that gets enlightened? We're aware of all of our experiences. Since we're the subject of those experiences, we can objectify them as thoughts, sensations, and perceptions. I was looking at those iconic lampposts behind me, and they were objects in my perceptual awareness. But even now that I'm looking away, I can still think about them and visualize them. This thought is also an object of awareness. Everything we experience seems to be. All we ever experience is the content of consciousness, but not the consciousness itself, that which is doing the experiencing. And yet Vedanta talks of an experienceless experience, a timeless experience, or a non-ordinary experience that can reveal who we really are as a subject of all experiences. But who or what is it that has that experience? In both the metaphysical idealist view and in the non-dual philosophy, consciousness is all there is. It's the only thing that's apparently ever doing anything, or can ever do anything. According to Bernardo Kastrup, it's a field of subjectivity whose excitations are everything we experience. On the outside, it's what we experience as the public world around us, living and non-living. And on the inside, it's our individual and private world of thoughts and feelings. In Vedanta, it's the metaphor of the ocean and its waves and ripples. Another metaphor Bernardo uses is the guitar string and its vibrations. But the guitar string at rest is the only thing that actually exists. When there's no music, before the guitar string is plucked, it can be said that this is pure consciousness or core subjectivity. It's like the blank screen behind the movie, to use another non-dual metaphor. Even amidst all the activity and excitement of the movie, the serene, unchanging, blank screen rests unaffected behind it all and throughout it all. The metaphor of a TV screen may take it even further, because the material of the screen itself, with its pixels, diodes, and light, is what the movie is actually made up of. The screen and the movie aren't essentially two different things. The blank screen is all that essentially and absolutely exists. Likewise, our core subjectivity, pure consciousness, is the only thing that exists and can be enlightened. And in fact, it already and always is enlightened. It's self-luminous. It's pure consciousness knowing itself as itself. Enlightenment is said to be the individual's experienceless experience of this, and the subsequent knowing and conviction that it's what we really are. And in these human forms, our minds can then reflect on this pure consciousness, this light of pure knowing, after this non-ordinary experience. We can realize that this pure awareness is always shining by itself, no matter what seems to happen in our everyday experiences. But enlightenment isn't a thought. There's a thought corresponding to enlightenment, such as I am that pure consciousness, but any thought or words used to describe the knowing of it will be inaccurate and incomplete. Even just a statement, I am. It points to the truth, but it's still a concession to language. Using language, we've heard it described as a witnessing presence of awareness. But again, these are just words, and at best pointers to the direct experience of this. I do resonate with the word presence, though, because it feels like a presence. I feel it to be here right now and in every so-called present moment. But I can't pinpoint it. I know I'm present. I know I'm aware. Is that it? But it's just so easy to get lost in the content of this awareness. And part of spiritual practice may be to just gently and constantly remind ourselves of the awareness itself. As Swami Sarvaprinanda said in a video I just watched, understanding has to be done in the mind itself, but the recognition is in awareness by awareness. He says that the one who has ignorance is the one who gets enlightened, and it's a composite of pure consciousness and the individual mind. The mind itself can't have this experience by itself. An object can't know the subject. Only the subject is self-luminous and knows itself. It doesn't know itself as an object, it knows itself just by being itself. And this knowing can get reflected in our minds. So it seems like both the mind and pure consciousness are involved in enlightenment. And for me at this point, the balance is definitely still heavily in the mind. I get this all conceptually, but I don't genuinely know it to be true. I still identify too much with my limited mind, personality, and life situation. I don't identify with the unlimited pure consciousness. I'm not enlightened, even though the real part of me is. As Rupert Spira recently told me, that reality can never be endarkened by experience or enlightened by spiritual practice. And that's the paradox and the reason for more questioning and videos like this. Like and comment if this resonated with you, and subscribe below to follow me on my journey. See you next time.